welcome to Noontime History. My name is Steve G, and today we're going to be heading out of Bourne. Yes, we're going to be heading towards Clare Castle in Suffolk. And the reason why we're heading over to Clare Castle in Suffolk is because of someone very important that is linked between the two towns, and that is Baldwin Fitzgilbert. Now, some of you might have heard of Baldwin Fitzgilbert, and some of you haven't, because the town doesn't really kind of celebrate the way he really should be celebrated. And you're going to find out why during the course of this vlog. So come with me to Clare Castle. So we finally made it into Clare, and as you can see behind me, we have Clare Road. Now, why are we here in Clare again? Well, it's because of Baldwin Fitzgilbert. Now, in Bourne, there's not many signs of Baldwin Fitzgilbert, but the two that spring to mind is Baldwin Grove down Harrington Street, and also we have Clare Court. Clare being the place where Baldwin Fitzgilbert came from. So, what else do we know about Baldwin Fitzgilbert? Well, he founded the abbey in Bourne in 1138, and he was also believed to have founded the Bourne Castle. But there's not really that much known about Baldwin Fitzgilbert, but we do know quite a lot about his family, the de Clare family, and they're originally from Clare, and that's why we're here today to see where Baldwin Fitzgilbert came from. So right now we're on the grounds of Clare Castle, and I have literally just seen the mound to my right, and I have to say it's quite an impressive mound. It is. Oh, here we go, here we go. Check this out. This is stupid. Look at that. Oh my goodness, how picturesque is that? That's the mound. Now, that dwarfs the mound we have at Bourne by some considerable amount. I believe this is the moat as well. So again, you can see how high everything is. But very impressive. And I'm hoping we can get a closer look at that. So here we go, we've got some steps here, and actually it's quite steep. I suppose I can only compare it to, if you've been to the tunnel in Bourne, it's probably the same gradient as that, but quite steep actually, so we'll go up them. This is Baldwin Fitzgilbert's home. This is his home, and as you can see over there, the church. I don't know how old that church is yet, so I don't know if that is something that Baldwin Fitzgilbert would have seen. But this would have been, I believe the word is the kaput. This was the head home, because they had homes, like I think Tunbridge and other places, but this was their main one, and this is where he would have spent quite a bit of his time. So, yeah, and the Fitzgilberts, they were a very wealthy family. A very, very wealthy family, as we'll learn about who his ancestors were. And I think you'll be quite shocked to learn who his ancestors were. So, oh look, we have a wall here. This is really exciting. It's really exciting. So we've got the wall, and look, it's a thick wall. A meter wide, maybe a little bit more than a meter, but it's tall, and you see, this gives you some kind of idea of what it may have looked like in Bourne. You know, I'm standing here, I'm going to stand at my height and show you it there, and then I'm going to look up, and here we go, we're going to look up. Oh, we're still not got to the top. There we go. There's the top of the wall. It's quite imposing, and well, you're not going to find it very easy to get over that, you know, and that's the whole idea. It was to make it very difficult for an attacking force, and not for great armies as well. It wasn't really about armies as such, but just when you fell out with your neighbours or anybody like that, and it was just a group of people that you want to keep out. That's what it's really about. If you're a fighting force, give up, go home. Literally, give up and go home, because you are not going to get up there. That is going to be, and you've got to remember, you would have had all your, you know, your fighting regalia on one, you know, your swords, your shields, and you're just going to be laden down with such weight, and they're firing projectiles back at you. So give up, go home. So we'll continue to go round, and we're snaking around, and I'm doing my usual thing of not concentrating on the camera, and it's looking upwards, so I do apologise for that. But here we go, we are now entering the, or are we no, maybe not, no, it's teasing me. Look, it's teasing me. We have got to go round a little further. So but yeah, this is wonderful. I mean, look at the site here now. Look at that. Baldwin Fitzgilbert, the man who possibly shaped Bourne, who we don't really give any kind of recognition. This is incredible. This is where you come from. You know, and I think you have to come here to really appreciate why he would be the best candidate for the building of Bourne Castle. Oh my goodness, we are now in the Shell Keep, and it's really impressive actually. It really is, because I know we have just climbed all the way round this huge mound, but the Shell Keep the area isn't that big. It's about the same size as what Bourne is. Now that's really interesting, because we've suddenly got a scale of what Bourne Castle, and maybe that the mound wasn't as big as what some people think. Maybe it was a smaller mound, and but it's not as big, but it's still very tall. So this gives you the idea of what you are looking at. Again, I'm going to raise the camera up to show you how large these walls are. And there it is. You know, it is formidable. It really is formidable. Just standing here and looking over, you can see so far. You know, this is your lord. Your lord lives here, and you can see why. You know, I'm lord of the land. Check me out. Another reason why I've come here is because Clare is having an excavation, which is something that I think Bourne has wanted, but it's never come into fruition. But look, here we go. This is it in action. You can see them over there, and they're uncovering walls and all sorts of stuff. And this is the second dig that they've had in just a small amount of time. Well, it's halfway through the day, and I've got my sandwiches, and I'm sat in the castle site of Clare Castle, and the day has turned out to be a really great day. There's been some really great sights. The coming to Clare Castle really does open your eyes on the size of the castle itself, the size and the area, but the walls and how thick they were, you know, and how tall they were. And by coming here, you will also see the impression here, you know, probably taken by Baldwin Fitzgilbert when he came to Bourne. You know, that the blueprints of a castle, you know, it was in his blood. So more than likely, this was his inspiration. But to come here and think, nah, Baldwin Fitzgilbert wouldn't have built a castle, it doesn't ring true here, because it's magnificent, and you would want that. You really would want that kind of grandeur, you know, as a lord as well. You know, you want people to look up to you, and you want to be loved. And I do think that Baldwin Fitzgilbert definitely had that in him. So I'm going to eat my lunch, and then we're going to crack on. Hopefully we're going to go on a bit of a tour as well. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that may very well be.
So we have a wall
Yes.
there as well.
Yes.
And have we any idea of what that could have been in relation to the castle? Not as of yet.
It's far too early.
Yeah,
to
and you can see
speculate
got
on
some
people.
more. I can see over here where that gentleman is. He's got some more stone there, isn't he?
Yeah, and there's a lovely post hole over here.
Oh, do we have a post hole?
This is meant to be a post hole,
Oh wow!
but yeah.
And that's how big the posts were.
Well, I don't know. It does look awfully big, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, and down there you'll see a sort of cobbled area.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we've just cleaned the surface. What we do is, you can see if you sort of look over there, they're all the little bits of soil. As it dries, they get really crusty and they obscure the view. So what we do is clean it off, and you can see here, you can see all the detail in there. You can see all the little flecks of chalk, all the little flecks of charcoal. So what we're trying to do is, and by doing that, we can then see where we've got that white patch there, chalky mortar patch. We can see the edge of that and how that runs through. And we can also see in there we've got a bit of an oven where we've got that red burnt clay there. And so we're, and so we don't. The thing is, as soon as we walk on it, we start to mess it up again, and you get the little bits again. So we're very careful about not walking on the cleaned areas. You get shouted at, in fact, by whoever's just cleaned it if you walk on a cleaned area. This is certainly,
Here we go.
certainly the debris structure. It's just we haven't quite defined it yet. We will do. I mean, we're
This area here, is it?
The gentleman was saying about the big stones that you come up.
Yes, yeah. I mean, this is built. I mean, it's building debris. It's just
I see.
somewhere underneath that.
There, then.
There's probably the base of walls and things like that.
So it wouldn't have been a courtyard or anything. It could possibly.
It's possible, but I would say that because of the amount of, generally with a courtyard, you'd have stones without the mortar. The mortar implies that it's been bonded, and
So
you
it's
don't bond,
a standing
you don't
building.
Bond the courtyard, you just lay it with. You don't
Okay,
build
that's
the
interesting.
mortaring. So it's more likely to be
The actual walls were actually wood.
Not all of them.
No,
Clare Castle here. You would have some wooden buildings, but you'd also have masonry buildings, like the walls over there, and you'd also have some of that for the more important buildings.
Yes, of course.
But that's part of what we've got to find out when we do find a wall. Is it a footing for a timber building, or is it the bottom of a masonry wall?
When Elizabeth was the bearer here, it was a wooden structure. Outside, I think.
Yes, I think. I mean, things like that. You'd expect probably the grand halls would be big wooden buildings, like as you see when you go around. But the church, for example, the chapels
Would have been stone.
masonry buildings.
Yes,
So when you
So
say
you have a bit of a mix.
wooden buildings, how long would those wooden buildings have been around for before they disappear?
Well, they're burnt.
They were burnt.
Yeah, they're burnt.
I mean, yes. I mean, wooden buildings can last. Well, as we know,
Hundreds of
they can
years.
last
They-
hundreds of years.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of if you're looking about, if you like, sort of more peasant type buildings, the work that they've done at West Stowe, they found that the posts that are put into the ground rot off at ground level at about 20 years. But in fact, the buildings can last quite a lot longer than that, because once they're up, they're to a certain extent, some of the buildings are self-supporting, so that although you need the posts to build them, you need
Don't need
fixed
them
in the
once
ground
it's
to
gone.
build them once they're up. But they did have, one of their little sunken feature cuts, they've just replaced, and that was 40 years, and that one had rotted off, and then it had started tipping over.
Was that because of foundation? They didn't have stone.
I think it's probably to do with the style of that particular building, so that once it had lost its security in the ground, it wasn't braced,
Oh,
so
yes,
that it started.
yes,
But that's all obviously all experimental archaeology and trying these buildings out to see how long they do last.
Right, so we're in this area, and this area is the find and wash area.
Finding and washing area.
And
yes, that's right.
we're going to be looking at some of the things that have been found in the excavation so far. And we're speaking with Clare from Clare. That's a pretty good find in itself. So what are we looking at, Clare?
So we've got quite a lot of medieval 14th century kind of era pottery. Oyster shell, which tend to be quite a general snack for everybody.
In this
in
one
those
here,
days,
yes.
Yeah. Most places where you get habitation, you'll get oyster shell. It was a very common food in those days. Lots of animal bone, lots of pig and sheep. So it's kind of showing the kind of things they were.
And they would have been farming that as well. Would have been here.
They would have
just wandering about in the Bailey. And what do we have here?
So a bit more of the same, really. Some of the sort of tiles. There would have been sort of peg tiles and things. A bit later medieval.
Later, what
So
year would you be
roof
looking at?
tiles.
About 1700s?
Yeah, maybe a bit before. But
before.
Kind of going across that sort of time. But so peg tiles, they would have had metal things through them.
I can definitely see teeth. I see teeth over there. Yeah.
So we've had sheep and pigs' teeth. Look a bit more, maybe a bit more sheepy. Some of the bit pointy will be more.
Right. So what we're about to look at is a William I coin.
It's a halfpenny.
Look at that, and that was found here. When was that found?
Monday, when they dug the first trench.
So the first trench, and at Clare Castle. So, and this is how important an excavation is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how important it is. That you find something that will give you a date.
Yeah, and straight off, and right in the date we want.
I know that's amazing.
So, yeah, we were really pleased with that on the first day.
And this, for my viewers' information, this is Baldwin Fitzgilbert's place where he came from, and his granddad came with William the Conqueror in the conquest. So and then when you go back to their granddad, you find out that actually their granddad is Richard the Fearless. So we go back and we really do meet some very interesting characters from time. So, and again, this is why it's very important that we look to a dig in Bourne at some point in the future. I've just been into the museum, and it's a very nice little place, and it's given us so much history about the De Clares as well. But what's interesting about this this town is the similarities between our town and this town, and it's just the little things like this church behind me, and right over the road, or should I say over the way, and it's just here, is the museum. And a bit like us, we've got the museum and the church, but then you've also got the castle and the train station, and they're all in close proximity. And it's just very strange that towns, not just miles apart, but 1,000 years apart from its last son that was here, can still have the similarities. So heading back up to the top of the mound for the very last time, because after that I am going to call it quits and start my way back home, which is a bit of a long drive. But I have to say, it's been a great day, seeing some amazing things. Some of the objects that they've taken out of the ground, that the King William, obviously the William the Conqueror coin, just a fantastic find. Just the immense size of the mound itself, the height of the castle walls. It's just been, the words of the day, impressive. So hope you've enjoyed the journey with me, and from me at Noontime History, it's ciao for now.